Hi, I'm Don Sebastian, Aviation Consulting Service Incorporated. I do pre-buy inspections and I do airplanes just like this and flight test them. But we're on it today to have a check pilot for the MU2 here today. His name is Dick Allen. He's sitting in the cockpit and we're going to look around the airplane a little bit and he's going to describe the airplane to us. This is a MU2 M model, and unfortunately it's got the more horsepower -10 engines, which means you can have max power all the way up to 20,000 feet. So I'm going to walk around the airplane and give you a little look at what it looks like. I did pre-buys on at least 60 of these MU2s over the years, and this one's looking pretty clean so far. My company is in North Carolina, where we're at right now. We're at Raleigh-Durham Airport, the airline stop between Raleigh and Durham in North Carolina. And Aviation Consulting Services lives a little ways from here. And my number is area code 910-528-7769. And my email address is the word prebuy, P-R-E-B-U-Y @gmail.com. Okay, let's go inside and talk to Dick Allen. Dick Allen can check you out on this airplane. He's the FAA check pilot for this airplane. Good afternoon, Dick.
Hey Don, how you doing?
Tell us a little bit about the engines on this plane, Dick.
This airplane has 825 hours on factory, done in Phoenix, Arizona, -10 conversions. They're 252 -10 AVs, and they are 840 horsepower engines, derated to 665. The advantage of having the -10 hot section is that you can pull the full power instead of just to 12,000 feet. You can pull full power almost to 20,000 feet.
Okay, 20,000 feet.
This airplane is capable of 320 knots true airspeed at 20,000 feet.
All right, and tell us a little bit about the avionics, Dick.
It's a custom avionics package with the Garmin 530, the EX500, the Garmin 430, the dual Garmin transponders down here. They're identical. They're the 330 transponders. Both of them have the mode C, and both of them will give you traffic on the EX5 on the Garmin 530. The aircraft also has a windicator and a TAS 1000 from Insight, which has all of these features right here in the Insight TAS 1000. We listed them there so the pilot wouldn't have to look them up.
Wow.
And it's got a lot of custom things. I'm going to turn on the radios right now in the electronics, and you're going to hear a warning. Check flaps. Each time it gives a warning, it gives it twice. Check voltage, check flaps, and the other ones it gives master caution, cabin pressure, check landing gear. If the flaps are down and the landing gear is not, it'll give you check landing gear, check landing gear. If you lose fuel pressure, you'll get a fuel pressure light warning. You'll get altitude, whether you're above or below altitude, from the Insight TAS 1000. You get a fuel pressure warning. And you get autopilot off. When the autopilot, because you click off the autopilot, you get an autopilot off. And you get check the door if there's a door ajar. You check gyros. If you have a low instruments vacuum, you'll get a check, and you'll also get a low voltage.
Check voltage. Check flaps.
Well, thanks a lot for the introduction, Dick.
Okay. Now, in addition to those custom things, this is the TAS 1000, and it is an altitude alerter. You set the barometric pressure, and you can set in the altitude, and it gives you all of those items. Also, we have here the fuel guard on the main fuel switches, which lifts up so you can move it. It says ground use only, and the fuel guard is used to keep anybody from inadvertently shutting off the main fuel valves. In addition to that, we have a placard here that explains 24 volts is parallel, 48 volts is series, battery start selector for start, and that's your battery start selector right there. And in addition to that, we have custom knobs on all of the controls here. You have custom throttle knobs, custom prop knobs, custom friction knobs. You've got all of the red and blue and orange plastic warning marks, all the gauges. Now, in addition to everything else, the airplane has something that no other has. It's got an emergency master switch right there. And when I flip that on, you got the audio right away. You get a light telling you that it's on down here. You get your Garmin 430, and you get a light on your vacuum horizon over here. So if you had any kind of an electrical fire or anything and you had to shut off the whole airplane, you flip that switch and you get back a transponder, the Garmin 430, so you can navigate and talk. You can transponder in a high traffic area, and you got an audio panel, so you're still going to have your headsets, and you got a light on your horizon here so you can see what you're doing.
Very good, Dick.
And that's all special equipment.
Very good. Well, thanks for the introduction to the airplane.
Okay.
And how can they get a hold of you?
They can just call me on the phone at 570-470-1301, or they can text me on the same number if they want to contact
Could
me.
you say that again for us?
570-470-1301.
Okay, Dick. Well, thanks a lot for the introduction.
Okay.